Yesterday I did a video talking about this post that this woman had made. 20 years of paying $1,000 a month to a health insurance company that basically canceled her insurance, and she was, for good reason, pretty upset about that. And we did the quick math on that. That's like $250,000 down the drain after 20 years. You say, well, it's not down the drain, it was for insurance. Okay, I get that, but her perspective on it was that it was basically down the drain, and which isn't true. Obviously, there's a point for insurance, but you can go back to that video, and without getting too crazy on some of my thoughts on it, let me just show you. This is the Wealth Builder calculator that we have, and one of the things that we do with our implementation program with our subscribers is we teach them how to use these calculators to basically do their own financial planning, to build out their core money management and wealth building system. And I want to just show you real quick how you can take that $1,000 a month. So what we're going to do is use our compound return calculator here, and just to give a quick example of what could you have done with that $1,000 a month. Okay, so now granted, you're going to have some kind of health insurance, but and I don't think people really think this through. I mean, over a 20-year time frame, you're paying $1,000 a month. That's $240,000, right? And it's gone. And she got canceled. Basically, they said, oh, because you moved out of the state of Illinois. And she made the point that, well, she was living in the state of Arizona when the insurance policy started. And so this seems to be some kind of a random thing that the insurance companies are doing more and more. You can refer to the other video on some of my thoughts on that. But what I want to show you here is how you can, an example, okay, of the difference between going along with the system, right, which is telling you that, hey, you need all this health insurance, you need to essentially, pay $240,000, let's just call it $250,000 over a 20-year time span. And 20 years might sound like a long time, but it goes by fairly quick. And that's $250,000 going from your balance sheet, right, into some global corporation. Okay. And let's look at a different option here. So if we just take that $1,000 a month payment, so that's $12,000 a year. So there's some advanced options on this calculator here. And I just want to show you, because if you know how to crunch these numbers and you learn this system, True Wealth Formula, and you learn and you master how to turn the tables on this global system that we live in, and you extract yourself from from being a global debt slave, because remember this, the global economy is a debt-based economy. For the global economy to grow, for it to, quote, stay healthy, which is addiction to growth, okay, it requires a never-ending supply of debt, and which also requires that you that you from a very early age get indoctrinated into this methodology that there are certain things in your life you have to have, and that one of them is to use debt to fund lifestyle, to pay for your expenses. And so what we do with True Wealth Formula is we teach you a different system to extract yourself from that, to give you your freedom back, and to put you in a place where you can build financial freedom and financial independence inside of a 10 to 20 year period. And we have clients that are doing it even much faster than that. They're hitting their freedom number, going on to build their lifestyle number, the whole thing. The whole program shows you how to do it. But so this is one of our calculators. This is a proprietary calculator. It's the only kind it's the only one of its kind that exists. We custom designed it to be able to plug in any type of asset, real estate rentals, stocks, bonds, private notes, private lending, money lending, literally anything you can think of, you can plug it in here once you learn how to use a calculator. And once you know how to do these calculations, then the power is in your hands. Once you realize that you don't have to buy into their system of being a debt slave, right, and spending $250,000 over a 20-year time frame. Again, refer to back to that other video, for ideas on how to get out of that. But under advanced options here, we can say that we're going to do so $1,000 a month. If we took that 1,000 a month, right, that's $12,000 a year. And we'll just to keep these simple. This can get really complicated and custom. So you can really customize this, but we're just going to keep this simple, and we're just going to say that you're starting out with the first $1,000, and you're going to pick up. There's in the market right now, and it changes. The market's constantly changing, but there are options to pick up a 5%. Now, this is very conservative. There's other ways to pull 10%, but we're going to say a 5% yield, okay, and just 5% annual growth, okay? Very conservative. Nothing crazy about this. There are stocks that do this, even long-term dividend growth stocks right now that are where the yields are rich. Of course, that's going to vary different times and places, but if you understand the markets, you know that this is conservative, okay? And then let's punch this in, 20-year time span. Okay, let's calculate this, right? It's $685,000. So yesterday I did that video and I said, hey, look, that's $250,000 that basically got transferred from this person's family balance sheet into some globalist corporation, right? And these global companies are gaming the system, okay? They're benefiting from bailouts and doing share buybacks and multi-million-dollar bonuses to their CEOs. And then, when the economic cycles turns over, they go back to their, go back with their hands open and get bailouts again by the system, which is the taxpayer. That's you and me. So here in this case, that's $250,000, but it's not that. It's actually it's seed, right? So what we talk about in True Wealth Formula is learn how to plant seed. Money is seed. You can either eat your seed, which is consumption, or you can plant that seed and you can build orchards. And those orchards are going to grow over time and they're going to generate fruit. And then you can live off that fruit. Not this insanity that you're going to go into that orchard with a chainsaw and just chop it down and eat all the trees. That's insanity. That's stupidity. Okay. If you build the orchard, then you've got a never-ending supply of both growth and food. Okay, to put it in very simple terms. So, and you can just see, and this is the other thing I want to point out, that after 20 years, it's an $80,000 a year income stream. Now, these are the numbers. This calculator, you can still look at it year by year. If you want to punch in other variables, you can do that. But this is the simplest way for me to show it to you. $80,000 a year and rising. Look at how much it's rising every single year. So you want to throw that seed and you say, well, God, I still need health insurance. Okay, fine. Go shop around, and instead of doing $1,000, paying $1,000 a month to, in health insurance, there's stuff out there. We have clients that have found, $300, $400, $500. Even if you cut this in half, you're still building wealth for you and your family. You're still building a future income stream. By the way, this $80,000 income stream, that's not touching the principal. Okay, so what do you want to do? Do you want to spend your life? Do you want to go through life? Especially with all the chaos and uncertainty and the stuff that's going on right now. Do you want to basically, rely on these so-called experts that are telling you, oh, this is what you're supposed to do with your money, go finance this, do that, oh, right? And these experts can't keep their story straight, it's changing constantly, right? Or do you want to learn a system that puts you in the driver's seat, that shows you how to do these calculations, that shows you where do you get this 5% yield, right? With a 5% annual growth. Right? What are the options on that? I'm going to be doing for our subscribers this afternoon. Every month I do an open Q&A. We have a private Wealth Builders group, and this is for our True Wealth Formula implementation program subscribers. We do it through an annual subscription. It's only $2.99 a year. That's about 83 cents a day, right? That's cheaper than a terrible cup of gas station coffee. Okay, why do we do it through a subscription? Because there's never going to be a point in your life where money is not an issue. Okay, your entire life, money is going to be a part of your life. There's no getting around it. I have a young friend, and he said recently, he said, God, I wish I could just, I wish the world just didn't have to worry about money. I wish it just wasn't a thing, and we could all just live and be happy and everything would be fine. And I said, Colton, I said, I agree with you, but that's not the way the world works. And so what you have to learn is how to master that situation. It's up to you to decide what you want, what role you want money to play in your life. But don't kid yourself. It will never not be in your life. It will always be in your life. And when we're talking about money, there's only two sides of the coin you could be on. Either it is your slave or you are its slave. And so the question is, do you want to spend the rest of your life, do you want to go 20 years throwing money down the drain and then have some insurance company cancel you and realize, like, just do this simple math and realize you just blew, you had $250,000 go down the drain. You have nothing to show for it. You have no seed, no orchard planted, nothing, right? Or you go this other path and you put all this trust and all this dependency into, quote, experts, but you never learn a system. You never learn a master strategy to show you how to do your own core financial planning, okay? To show you how to make these decisions, to show you where and how to build your wealth account and to build financial freedom and financial independence. The key to wealth is to get your money working for you instead of you working for your money. Do you know how to get your money working for you? We have a proven methodology and a proven system, a mathematical formula that takes you from step A through Z on how to do that. It shows you from the beginning to the end, all the way through, how to master this system, where to do this. So this afternoon at 3 o'clock, I'm going to be doing a Q&A. I do this every single month for our subscribers. We do it through a subscription program because it's very and we keep the price very inexpensive. And the reason why is because I want to work with you long term. If you think that this is just, oh, I'm going to learn this in my head and then it's done. No, you have your own human nature. You have human psychology. The market conditions change. So what I'm looking for is long-term relationships that I can build with our subscribers, to work with them, to help them build that family legacy, to share with them what I'm learning over my journey through this process, right? So we have a members-only group, and I'll be doing that Q&A, and I'm going to be talking more about this today, and I'm going to be giving some of these examples on where and how to find that 5%. And how to use these calculators and how to do that. I hope you'll join us. You can click, if you can go to truewealthformula.com/special offer, truewealthformula.com/special offer. And or this video might be on that page right now, and fill out the form, get yourself a subscription. And if you missed the training that we'll be doing today, don't worry about it. It'll be posted in your library inside of the Wealth Builder app, which you'll get access to that, as well as all the course material. We take you step by step through a systematic system, and then we provide the monthly support and the monthly Q&A, open Q&As through our private group. And we're also doing some amazing, awesome stuff with the Wealth Builder app, building out some really cool stuff with it. So I hope you join us. I hope you take advantage of this opportunity. Don't let years go by where you're throwing money down the drain, or where you're dependent on other people to tell you what to do with your money, where you are literally bound to this global system of slavery that has you basically addicted and dependent on, all kinds of consumer items and a certain type of thinking and experts that keep you dependent on them in order to continue to keep going back to them to tell you what to do with your money. Free yourself from that. Put yourself in the driver's seat. You can still work with experts. You can still work with advisors, but you will be in the driver's seat. You will understand how money works. You will understand how wealth is created. You will understand why markets boom and bust and how to identify those cycles. You will understand how to put systems in place to automate your wealth building, to make sure that you're taking ground and holding that ground every single month, every single quarter, every single year. Would you like to have a situation where your balance sheet, your own personal financial world is resilient, right? Where it's robust, where it's anti-fragile, where something like this, COVID-19 situation hits, and it doesn't even bother you because you have a freaking fortress balance sheet, right? That's what True Wealth Formula will teach you how to do. But you gotta take action. You gotta make that commitment and get yourself signed up right now as an implementation program subscriber. It's called the implementation program for a reason, because it's about implementing these strategies and these principles. If you've bought the book from Amazon.com, True Wealth Formula, best-selling book now, and if you've read the book, and if you've heard me, you know that information and knowledge is not enough. Just reading something and getting a cool idea, or hearing this video and listening to this, it's not enough. In fact, it becomes a liability in today's day and age because we're in constant information overload. What matters is, what are you able to take action on? What are you able to implement? What are you able to systematize? What are you able to automate? That's what matters. And that's what our implementation program is all about. So get yourself subscribed. It's $2.99. Fill out the form at go to truewealthformula.com/special offer and get yourself registered. And I hope to see you on this training this afternoon.